So, hi friends. So, good morning, all of you. So, today we will discuss about very important topic. Being a finance consultant in SAP and as well as SD consultants, we need to know this topic. So, it's very important topic in the real-time perspective. So, at the time of while we are attending the interview, also we cannot expect without this topic. So, the interview also we cannot expect. At the same time, even while we are working in SAP, so either we are working in implementation project or either we are working in support project or enhancement project or testing project or whatever it is. So this concept plays a key role, especially so if you consider any business process, okay. So basically we have different type of businesses across the global, like the manufacturing businesses, or the retail businesses, or the service based businesses. So except service based business, you can see all type of businesses, the major key role placed by the sales. So if you consider any company, so sales is a very important. Why? Because without sales we cannot get the revenue, and without revenue so there is no profit, and that too without revenue so we can't run the businesses also. Am I correct or not? So but the point is, especially while we are getting the amount with the help of sales, again here in SAP the sales and distribution activities and all taken care by the SD consultants. But where it comes to the final received money, it means the receipt amount from the customers is taken care by the finance module persons. So we know, so this topic I will try to explain the end to end configuration, and even I will try to explain from pin to pin what are the different things we need to see and we need to learn. So not only in the interview perspective or not only in the real time perspective, so I will try to explain so each and every points in very clear cut manner. So I hope this video it will take more than 3 hours, 4 hours or 5 hours also. I'm not sure how much of time it will take and all, but I will try to upload. These are all videos in our YouTube channel also. So if you not understand here, so just you can go through our channel and please try to watch uh, twice or thrice or whatever it is. Even so that the YouTube viewers also, while you are watch these videos in your YouTube, like if you have any doubts or queries, just you can make a comments here. And again here, this topic I will try to explain in the perspective of being a finance consultant, not SD consultant. Okay, so if it is a SD consultant, then my explanation is different. Okay, so here I usually I took the classes both finance and SD, so both modules I trained here. But this session, especially, I'm going forwarded into the FI point of view, mainly focusing we are FI perspective. It means so this video is not usable to ST, so that's also not correct. So this video, so it is very helpful to finance consultant and as well as the SD consultant, and especially SD consultants. What is the final process? Like SD people knows, like we have here different procedures like delivery, billing, so and so, and finally the income payment, how we will receive from the finance side, and finally how we will close the BRS. These are all things usually the SD people don't know. So in that case also we need to uh, learn these are all things. And where it comes to today topic, the like the FISD integration, so I will try to explain the complete things. How I will explain the things is, here I am focusing mainly so based on some topics wise. Okay, so these topics I can say, so so I am going with the help of the topic wise and all. Okay, Okay. So am my screen is visible? Arjun, am I audible clearly? Huh? Okay. I think some noise is coming. Okay. So then I will bring into this session into different topics and all. So the first I am try to explaining the why FISD integration is needed. So usually my teaching style will be, so if you learn anything in SAP, so any point in SAP, why we need to use, why we need to learn first of all. Okay. And if you learn the topic, then what we will get? It means the result. At the same time, whatever the topic we learnt in SAP, then how we can implement in the projects, in real-time projects, like how I can implement in the implementation project, support project or enhancement project, whatever it is. So even if you learn any SAP training in this way, so definitely you will success. But most of the students or most of the trainees, they will always concentrate on the configuration part. So my dear friends, so configuration is not important. Even the 10th class students or the intermediate students also, they can do the configuration in the SAP. If you provide the complete the configuration document, they will maintain each and everything in the system. But the point is, if you maintain something in SAP, then you need to know what is the impact and what is the use and what is the need and what is the importance and what is the significance. So these are all points we need to concentrate, and especially while we are attending the interview, the interviewer is not given any system to you and he will not ask any configuration and all. Okay. So the point is we need to learn as a conceptual wise each and every point. Okay. So then the first topic I am going into this explanation, and the second topic is the very important topic, order to cash flow. We are called as order to cash cycle, cash O2C, O2C cycle, the second topic. And again here, so we need to check in the general entries also. So in O2C cycle, so we need to check the general entries. So I will increase the font size. So here I am going into 16 and bold color. Okay. So this one. So now I am going into the third topic. So the third topic will be prerequisites. So before we are learning the FISD integration, so what is the prerequisites we need to know? Okay, so the prerequisites points before we are going into FISD. And the next one is the very smallest important portion is configuration. So how we will maintain the configuration from SD point of view and as well as the FI point of view. And here, so the 90% of the configuration we will be 90% of the configuration maintained by the SD consultants only. It only the 5% maintained by the finance consultants. And the next fifth point, I am going to explain like the execution. Like once the configuration is done, so later we are going with the execution. Like I will create one sales order and I will create a delivery, and at the time of delivery again I need to maintain one post goods issue or initial stock upload. And finally, so we are going with the billing, and finally we received the incoming payment and all. So these are all points we need to execution. So this is also very important. And finally, the very important point, especially while we are attending the interview, so logic behind the FISD integration. how this integration is happened in the SAP, what is the logic, what is the connection points. Okay, so these are all points I need to explain one by one, and whoever watched this video in YouTube, so if you saw this video completely, these are all topics, then only you will understand FISD, the full integration. Okay, so don't go with 5 minutes, 10 minutes or 30 minutes or 1 hour, and later you can skip, and don't feel like this video is very lengthy video or boring video or whatever it is. So here I will try to explain the FISD integration. So even the non-SAP learners also, if they watch this video, so they will understand the clear-cut information regarding to the FISD. So if you are a experienced person in SAP, already you are working somewhere, like you have 5 years, 10 years of experience, or already you learned this training from other trainers or whatever it is. So in that case, that is your choice. But especially my students, so don't skip at least 1 minute also of this video. So please try to watch twice or thrice, then only you will understand more things about this one, the complete understanding. And especially I suggested to recommend you for the experienced consultant. So please go through this, the last topic, the logic behind the FISD integration. But while I'm putting the thumbnail, so mostly, so I'm not putting the complete information, the topic wise information and all here. Okay, but the point is, please go through all the videos, then only it will covers, these are all topics. Okay, so then first of all we are going with the first topic, why FISD integration needed. So we know one point, it's very clear. If you understand FISD integration, so why we need to maintain this integration? So if you consider any one business process, okay, so if you consider any one business process, okay, so we know the business process, usually it starts with the procuring of raw materials, okay, and later we are going with the production, so the manufacturing and all, especially the manufacturing related business process. And once the production is done, finally we received the finished goods, and this finished goods we are selling into our customers, like sales, right? So now let's say, for example, this is the manufacturing business, and if you consider into any the retail or wholesale business also, retail business process also, so again they will procure or they will purchase the materials from the service, from the manufacturers directly, and they are selling their products to customers like Amazon, Flipkart, or whatever the retail businesses, you can see the DMart. So they are directly procure the goods. So here not the raw materials, procure the goods from the manufacturer. So it means from direct manufacturers they are procuring, and directly they are selling to the customers. So this is the second way of business process. And the third way of business process is the service business process. So this service business, here we have two parties is there. So one is the service provider and the second one is the service recipient. So service provider provides some services and service recipient received some services from the service provider. Especially we can skip this topic so right now, but we are concentrating on these two type of business processes. So if you consider the above two type of business processes into clubbing into one, let's say for example the procuring raw materials, so here in SAP taken care by the consultants, module, material management module, and again the finished products and all taken care by the PP or QM or the different other modules. And when it comes to sales is taken care by the sales and distribution module, right? So, but the point is earlier in FIMM integration also I explained very clearly. So the procurement activities and all taken care by the consultants, but the point is while their payment to the vendor. So this one in the business environment, so going with the finance people. So it means the procuring people or the procuring high level the persons don't have the authorization to pay amount to the directly vendor or supplier. So these things we can see in the real time business processes. Why? Because so in SAP, in usually in business processes, we have different departments. I can say in general terminology. So like the purchase department, or I can call as manufacturing department. Okay. So either we are called as sales department. So next we have the finance department. So if you consider any one business, so in the business usually we have a different type of departments is there. So each and every department have their its own roles, and as well as they need to perform their roles. Am I correct or not? So especially in this perspective, let's say for example, the purchasing department will responsible to purchasing the raw materials. Okay, but where it comes to the finance department, so this is the very important department. Especially the finance department, the main role will be to paying amount to the outsiders, at the same time to receiving amount from the customers. So it means the finance related activities and all performed by the finance department only. So that is the reason only, even while we are going with the any the payment processes, so here in finance department side we need to take so many authorizations. So like the step by step, again the authorization amounts is also different. So once we will get the complete authorization, then only the finance department will pay the final amount to the vendors and suppliers. So the point is, so in procuring time, so the consultants are the purchasing department. So will taken care all the procurement activities. But at the time of payment to the supplier or vendor, so this one is done by the finance department. So that's the reason only. So in SAP, we need to connect this module to finance module. So in our channel, so already I uploaded regarding to the FIMM integration, the complete videos. So you can see the 5 videos we uploaded recently. So if you want to learn those topic also, like the FIMM integration completely, so please go through these 5 videos. And again, in this playlist, I need to add one more, 1 or 2 videos, especially the FIMM, the logic. So how this integration is happened, so in FIMM. So please try to watch these 5 videos, or after I am uploading the remaining 2 also. So please go through that 7 videos, then you will understand the complete clear cut picture regarding to the FI and integration. So in the same case, so in any organization, the sales department will be the responsible to make the sales in any business. But the point is, after sales, again the sales process we can call as a like inquiry, quotation, or the delivery, billing, or finally incoming payment. So here, especially at the time of incoming payment, so again this payment received by the finance department in any business. So here you can observe the sales activities, or the sales department will do the sales, and the final conclusion, the amount received from the customer or the incoming payment taken care by the finance department. So it means, so this scenario, or you can observe this scenario. So we can, sorry, this scenario. So we can connecting our finance module to module, we can connecting our finance module to SD module. Why we need to connecting? See, the point is the procurement things and all taken care by the or the purchasing department, but the payment is made by the finance. But before we are making the payment, being a finance department or being a finance person, we need to cross check whether the procurement department is correctly procuring the raw materials or not, and whatever the procuring department is procuring the raw materials quantity. Let's say for example the procuring team or the purchasing team, they said we are purchasing 1000 raw materials quantity. Okay, so if they are purchasing raw materials quantity of 1000, then being a finance consultant we need to cross check. We being a finance person we need to cross check whether that much of stock is there in our warehouse or not. If it is there, then only we are going into make the payment to the vendor. Sometimes what happened, so at the time of goods in transit, so usually some goods is damaged. Am I correct or not? So that much of goods damaged also we need to deduct amount from the payment to the supplier or vendor. So those things is also taken care by the finance department only, especially at the time of the consignment process, the goods in transit or goods in loss. Those 2 points plays the very key role or the very vital role. So that's the reason whatever the procure department or whatever the procuring team is done by the activities, being a finance person, we need to know each and everything. So that's the reason only in FIMM integration. So I said very clearly, so at the time of purchase requisition or purchase order, goods receipt, invoice receipt, and finally making payment to the vendor. So we need to know the complete picture. So that's the reason only I explained earlier very the complete clear cut things and all. At the same time, same principle will be applicable at the time of incoming payment also. So whatever the sales department will do the sales. So if the sales department is performed by the 10 lakhs worth of sales, so we need to receive the amount from the customer, same that amount 10 lakhs. If the customer is not paying 10 lakhs or is paying 9 lakhs or 9 lakhs 50,000, so finance people will be the responsible. The sales team will not be responsible to receiving incoming amount from the customer and all. So that's the reason only again in sales department, again in SD model, whatever the activities they are doing, like the inquiry, quotation, sales order, delivery, or post goods issue, and later the initial stock upload or the billing. So being a finance consultant, we need to know those are all things in clear cut manner. And especially while we are working in the support project and while we are working in the enhancement project, being a finance person, we need to develop some G reports or to develop some G forms or to develop some G functionalities. So at that time, we need to know the complete clear cut picture how the sales activities is performed in the SAP. So that's the reason only. So this video I will try to explain those are all things in the clear cut manner, and please try to understand the entire concept. Okay, while we are going the concept, if you have any doubts or queries, just you can comment on this video. So definitely I will try to give the reply to your comment also. Okay, so the point is why the FI integration is needed. So any point, any topic you can learn in SAP, first you can question yourself why. Why I need to learn this topic, or why we need to learn the FISD needed. So this is the logic. So behind the FISD integration needed. So here the sales department will make the sales and all. So again the SD team will be responsible. So here even I will try to clear cut. Uh, I will try to reduce one more the confusion also between the students or between the trainers or between the real-time consultants and all. Some of the members is also asking this small doubt also. See, the point is the business is running their business first of all, or is there doing their businesses, whatever it is. Here the business is using to run their business operations, the business is using the SAP software for his complete business operations, like the finance, sales, purchase, or administration, or whatever it is. Again, while we are going with the SAP, we have a two type of main teams. We can divide it into two major teams. One is the business team and the second one is the SAP team. So the business team, what is the business team? Business team is nothing but here the sales department and here the purchasing department. Whatever the persons they are working in the purchasing department in the business, whatever the persons are working in the sales department in the business, they are all people we are called as a business team. But the point is, while they are doing their transactions with the help of SAP software, if they are getting any issue, so being a concern, being a consultant, we need to resolve it. That is a SAP team person. So here in sales, SD consultant, and here in purchasing department, consultant. And when it comes to finance department, finance consultant. Okay, so this is also so many members will get a little bit confusion. Who is the business and who is the consultant, and what is our role and what is the business person role and all. So don't get confused. It's very clear. Okay, business team is different and SAP team is different, and business team roles and responsibilities is different, and SAP team roles and responsibilities is also different. So this is the first topic, why FISD integration is needed in any business process. So now I am going into the second topic. So here, if I want to cut this video, how many videos, how many seconds? So recording is how many? Sorry. So 27 minutes. Okay. So maybe I will cut this session into the first video. So then we can start the second video.